David Hayes, Star Contact is one of your runners on Wednesday night. Bit of a theme running through your horses, good draws. He's got gate number 1, but he's certainly racing very well.
He is, and probably been narrowly defeated and had tricky gates. So I can see that he'll get a nice run. He's got Zach and he's very fit, so I expect a good run.
He's always looked like quite a robust type of horse. Has he just taken that little bit of time to come down? I mean, he started the season off obviously at a little bit lower mark, 48, but he really has blossomed now, hasn't he?
He has, and he's doing a mini Red Majesty, I think.
We like him.
He's didn't take as many runs to find his form as Red Majesty and started his run off a higher mark, but he loves the valley, he's very consistent, and he's a pleasure to train.
4th run since the start of March. Is he an easy horse to sort of continue to race and race quite freely?
Yeah, look, he's a very good doer.
Yeah.
He's very sound, and no nonsense horse. And Zach was very happy with him in his track work through the week.
I wanted to ask you actually about sort of the type of horse he is again, just purely because his weight in his last 5, his body weight, has fluctuated only sort of 11 pounds up and down. He seems to hold his weight really well, so obviously that would trend to the fact that he is such a good doer.
Yes, it is. He never leaves. It's a real bonus if you get a horse that eats properly in Hong Kong, because a lot don't, and he's one that does.
Yeah, he's just becoming a really good money spinner, isn't he, really, this horse?
Yes, he's been terrific. And when he first started here in Hong Kong, I doubted whether he'd be good enough.
Right.
And he's really turned it around.
Karis, Teetan, Right as Rain is one of a decent book of rides for you on Wednesday night, but this horse managed to get the job done last time out. I guess that was pleasing for all concerned because it's been a little while in coming.
Yeah, you know, he's been running pretty well throughout his whole runs, and so last time, of course, from a nice gate, he got a nice run through a rail and took the shortest way home, and he digged down nicely and got there when it meant to be.
That was 1,800 metres, Karis. He drops back in trip this week. What's your take on that? Because he's never looked like he possesses much in the way of speed and probably needs a bit of a trip. Would that be fair?
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit sharp for him, and I think he's not a horse where you can ride him too aggressively too, and then he will not finish his race. So I think from that draw, he will have to be to force us to just give him a chance, and you know, if the speed is on, then that gives him a chance to run home strongly.
You needed to be at your almost strongest, I would have thought, last time out to get him up, but it was quite impressive the way he did keep finding. Were you impressed by it?
Yeah, actually, he, like, turning into the home straight, I was hoping he could let down and he would sprint home, and he was actually very brave because there was a very narrow gap between the horse that was in front of us, and he was pretty brave to go through that. So I'm just hoping that win has given him a bit of confidence. Usually it does, and you know, he gets the right run tomorrow.
You've known him best as a rider. You've got a pretty good record, and that was your first ride this season for David Hall as well. Nice to continue that association. Be good to keep it 100%, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it would be good to get a win again. Don't have many rides for him, but it was nice to get one and get a winner.
Zach MAGNIAC is one of your rides on Wednesday. It looks a good ride as well. Quick backup, but certainly handled the track well last week.
Got around there well enough. He did get a little bit off balance at the top of the rock coming down, so he'll be improved from the run, I think.
Given that he has had that sighter and he goes again quickly, do you think that's a good thing for him, obviously, that he can improve off that?
Well, we hope so. He just hasn't quite been finishing his races off, which was the same last weekend, and in Australia when he had the quick backups he seemed to do well, so send him back to the races quickly and see if it works here.
He's got another handy draw. He draws 4 like he did only a week ago, so certainly he's well served by the barrier.
He's going to get every chance from there again, as he did last time, so we'll just get him out and get him in the right spot, and if he could just be that little bit better inside the final 200, he's going to be hard to beat.
He did well letting down close to the line. I mean, he hit it quite strongly, obviously just ran out of time to really get there. Form is good in the book. He's got certain factors going for him, hasn't he?
Listen, he had the right run last week, and to me it's the first time he's probably disappointed me a bit. I thought he had more there, and when I pressed the button, like I said, he hasn't been hitting the line, although you might think that he did. He was quite weak, and he wasn't what I expected, so let's hope, like I said, the quick backup is what he needs.
David Hayes, All Greek to Me is your runner in the last race on Wednesday night. A horse who continues to improve and seemingly holding form really well.
Look, he is. He seems to really have a liking for the valley. He's got great gate speed, and he's drawn a good gate this week. So last time he drew 10, did a bit of work, and was beaten by a horse who drew well. So I think he'll be pretty competitive.
And is that what sort of was noticeable with him in the sense of bringing him to the valley, was that he does have that gate speed, and that will obviously see him in good stead around the tighter turn?
He seems to accelerate beautifully off the bends, where some horses just don't seem to get around there, but he does, and that's a big advantage.
He's quite a solid type of horse, isn't he, really? He's not small by any stretch.
No, and look, the way he moves in the easy paces, he's relaxed enough, so I think in time he'll run 1400 as well, but just at the moment we'll keep him doing what he's doing well.
Talking of pace, there is a bit of pace in this race. Saquin, obviously one of your rivals, he likes to roll forward. Is your horse now becoming that bit more adaptable that he probably doesn't have to lead, perhaps?
No, if he, we'll leave that to Zach.
Yeah.
But, he won't give up the lead if he jumps in front, but if they go crazy, he can certainly follow. It's
a distinct possibility he could lead, given where he's drawn, I suppose, in one.
He'll be positive for sure.
You and Zach Purton, good strike rate. I think it's around about 25% or there over, so always good to get him back on board.
It's nice to get him back on board, and he's very hard to get though. He has the choice of about 1,000 horses, so when he gets on one, it's got legitimate form.
Just finally, you mentioned obviously the 1,400 metres. Obviously, we don't run that trip at Happy Valley. He has had a couple of starts at Sha Tin. If you were to step him up in trip, would that be the sort of the path he would have to take, is back to Sha Tin, or might you go even a little bit further, perhaps?
Look, I would. If he goes up in trip, I'd go a Sha Tin 1,400. Yeah. I think he could dictate and do very well doing that. But I'm not going to change while he's racing so well at the Valley. But that's an idea for maybe next season.